Hello, my name is Nicole Nichols, and this is a tutorial on how to set up your own Goodreads account. So, why should you start a Goodreads account? Goodreads is a way to make sure you're keeping up with your reading interests in an easy way. It's also a way to help you meet people who share those interests with you. Goodreads also helps you to learn about books you might not already know about that you may like to read. In this video, we're going to talk about essential steps for creating your own Goodreads account and also how to navigate around the Goodreads website. So one thing that I like to tell people about Goodreads is that Goodreads is very similar to Facebook. One thing that Goodreads and Facebook has in common are notifications. So through both social networks, you'll get notifications about activity that's on the site that you're interested in. And on both applications, you're able to control what activity you're notified about and what you're not. You also, on both sites, you're going to receive friend requests. So just like on Facebook, you have here with this screenshot, you see that there's a friend request pending for this person. The friend request notification icon is in the same place on the Goodreads site. And also the news feed. As you can see, both the Goodreads and the Facebook website are basically built around a feed of information that is constantly updated according to what your friends and what you are posting. So how do we get set up with a Goodreads account? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to goodreads.com, and this is going to be the first page that you see once you enter the site. As you see here, you're going to put in your name, your email address, and a password. This is the first thing it's going to ask you for, and then you're going to click the yellow sign up button. The next thing you're going to do, once you have chosen your username and you have put in your password and gone through that, you're going to decide, this is an optional step, you're going to decide if you're going to import your friends from other social networks. So as you can see here, these are the social networks that you can import from: Gmail, Facebook, Yahoo Mail, and Twitter. So you're going to need to be careful though, because if you link your Facebook or your Twitter account to your Goodreads account, you have to keep in mind that whatever you do on Goodreads is going to appear on your Facebook account. So for whatever reason, if you don't want that to happen, don't connect your two accounts. And if that's the case, you can click this skip this step button over here. You can always come back and connect it later, but if you are not ready to connect your account at the time you're first getting started, you don't have to. Just click skip this step and you can go to the next step. So the next step is choosing the genres that you're interested in. As you see here, there are different genres listed that you just check off the box of the ones that you're interested in. And this is when you're beginning to give the system some information about you so that it can begin to kind of figure out what to recommend to you. If you don't see any genres listed that you're interested in, go ahead and type in the genres at the bottom in this entry box, and those will be listed along with your interests. So the next step is to rate at least 20 books to get your recommendations on books that you should read. So 20 is the number that is set for this program to have enough information about you to be able to suggest books that are similar to the books that you have rated in a positive way. So I just circle in red, the fact that you need to rate 20 books in order to get those recommendations. In order to rate a book, well, before I talk about that, if you don't see any books listed here that you're interested in, if you are a Amazon customer, you can click on view your Amazon book choices, and it will display those so that you can count those in your 20 books. The way you rate a book is by clicking the stars, and of course the 1 star means that you really don't like the book, and 5 stars means that you love this book. So if you click 5 stars, this book will be listed under your favorite books on your profile. So after you've chosen your books and you've chosen your genres, you've given the Goodreads a good idea about what you like, the next step is going to be to fill out your profile. So what you're going to do is you're going to click the edit profile button, which is going to be beside your name on your profile. That will to this page. So you're going to fill out your profile. So all you do is, once you get to this page, you're just going to fill out all of the fields that you see listed. And make sure you scroll down to the bottom to click Save to save all of your changes. If you'd like to upload a picture, click on Browse, choose a picture that you want to upload, and then click Upload Photo. The next thing you need to do is adjust some settings. So on this page, this is your Settings tab, and what you're going to do here is you're going to be able to change your privacy settings. So this is anybody who's going to see your account. If you want it to be all Goodreads members, or if you want it to be just your friends. You can also decide how friend requests are going to be handled on your account. So if you want for people to have to answer a certain question or know your email address in order to request you as a friend, you can set that up. Or if you want your account to be open to where anybody can request you, you can set that up as well. You can also customize your site in terms of friend suggestions. So if you want friend suggestions or not, in terms of, the site will suggest people that it thinks that you know. It will, suggest also give you prompts to share some of the books that you're reading with your current friends. Once you've adjusted that, then you can adjust your email settings. So this is on your emails tab, which is, of course, the next tab over from your settings tab. And as you can see here, this is where you're going to adjust how often you get email from the site. So you can choose once a day, once a week, or never. And you can also include, what who you're going to get emails from, notifications from, and your top friends, your books that you want to read, and so forth and so on. You also can, check off what you want to be notified about through email. So say you do not want to be emailed every time someone likes your status, or you don't want to be emailed every time somebody adds you as a friend. And you would uncheck those boxes and you would not be notified about those things through email. So as a review for this, this tab is where you would control the frequency of your book reviews that you receive from friends, and then you would also control the types of notifications that you're going to receive through your email. So the next step you're going to do is to adjust your feed settings. So if you click on your feed tab, which is the next tab over from settings, this is the page that will come up. And it's very easy to adjust your feed settings. All you need to do is uncheck boxes that are beside information that you do not want published on your friends' feeds. So if you don't want every time you join or enter a giveaway to be shown on your friends' accounts, then you would uncheck that box, click Save Feed Settings, and those would not show up on your friend's account. So now that we've talked about how to set up your account, let's talk about some fun stuff, some things that make Goodreads a special online community for readers and writers. So I'm just going to give you an overview of a lot of the things that are unique to Goodreads that have to do with reading and writing. And then after this, the next few slides are just going to go into depth about a few of them. So the first thing is giveaways. So a lot of publishers and authors give Goodreads copies of their books to give away to readers. Um, and we're going to talk in a few minutes about how to enter into these giveaways. Also, there are groups. There are groups that are ordered in terms of your interests, and they're very good discussion areas to talk about books that you're reading. It's a way to have a book club at your fingertips anytime you like. There's trivia and quizzes, so if you are a big trivia buff about certain books or certain authors, this is the section for you. There are author interviews. Your favorite authors may be there, and there's video and Q&As to read. And there's also Listopia. For those of you who are familiar with Amazon, that sounds maybe familiar to you. It's a list of books that a person creates that they, kind of give a little spiel under each book about why they have included it in the particular theme or topic area that they have created the list to support. So the giveaways are one thing that I'm really excited about with Goodreads, because we all like to get gifts and to get free things, and I especially like free books. So this is the page that comes up when you go to the giveaways page. To get to the giveaways page, you're going to click Explore and then go down to giveaways. Click on that and you'll arrive at this page. So you're going to click on Browse Tag, or not click on it, but you're going to look at the tags to click on a tag that is in your interest area. And once you do that, there will be books that will appear that are according to what you're interested in. So when you find a book that you're interested in, you're just going to click on the Enter to Win button, and it will ask you for some information like your address, and then you're entered into the contest, and it's as simple as that. And it will tell you, it will give you the date as to when you will be notified if you are a winner of the book. So when you click on the groups link, it will take you to this page, and you'll see the groups pop up. At the right, you'll see a group of tags, and you're going to click on the tag that you're interested in, and it will filter out the groups that correspond with that tag. Once you find a group that you're interested in, then you would just click on Join this group, and it will ask you a few other questions to give a few more pieces of information, and you'll be in that group, and then you'll begin to get notifications from that group on your profile. So some tips to help you create your best profile. Make sure that you take time you might want to write a separate draft of your Goodreads bio before you go to the site. As I said before, a good bio is very important to introduce yourself to people and to encourage people to want to interact with you on the site, and especially if you are starting a Goodreads account to build your reputation as a writer. That's pretty much one of the biggest areas that you have to give everyone an idea about who you are. Make sure you don't go too long on your bio. You want to be long enough that people get a good gist of you, but not so long to the point where people kind of get turned off from your account. Also, make sure that you think about the books that you've got on your account and how they describe your personality. That will be a good way to kind of get your mind, thinking about what to write on your bio. And if you could think up 3 genres that could help you to think of groups that you would like to join, so that when you get to that group page, you can go right to those genres and get to those groups. There are a lot of groups listed on Goodreads, so it really helps to already have in mind what you're looking for, so that you don't kind of go through trial and error trying to find where you fit in. So let's take a little quiz to see how we're doing with learning how to set up our account. First question is, what are 3 ways that Goodreads is similar to a Facebook account? The second question is, how many books must you rate in order to get a custom recommendation? How can you control what ends up on your friends' update feeds? And finally, how do you enter a giveaway? Let's see how you did. So the answer to the first question is the news feed, notifications, and friend requests are all things that Goodreads and Facebook have in common. Number 2 is 20. You must rate 20 books in order to get custom recommendations from Goodreads. To control what your friends will see on their update feed, you must click on Edit My Account, then click on the Feeds tab and uncheck the boxes that correspond with the things that you do not want your friends to see. And finally, in order to enter a giveaway, from the front page of the site, click on Explore at the top of the page, then click Giveaways, choose a book that you would like to win, click Enter to Win, and follow the instructions, and you will be entered in the sweepstakes to win that book. How do you think you did? So, just to wrap things up, we have a few reminders of why you should be interested in starting a Goodreads account in the first place. One thing is it's going to help you to keep up with your interests. You're also going to be able to meet some great people that are going to share those interests with you. And then you're going to be able to learn about books that you wouldn't regularly know about that you're going to want to read, not only from the Goodreads site recommendations, but also from the great people that you meet. So as you can see, I have 2 videos playing at the bottom that are just examples of how Goodreads is affecting the community outside, the online community outside of Goodreads site, and some activities that people are doing in collaboration with Goodreads. So there's a lot of book reading challenges that are going on, especially on YouTube. YouTubers who vlog about books are called booktubers. So on the left, this is a young lady who is sponsoring a contest or a challenge called Booktubeathon, and it's a week-long challenge where she has a theme for each day of the week, and you just challenge yourself to read a book every day during the week to complete that challenge. And these books, of course, as I said, have to follow through with the theme. And Goodreads is a way that where people are talking about their progress through that particular challenge and some things about their experience with it. On the left, there is a young lady who has a account called Books and Quills, and she is talking about a Goodreads challenge from last year and also some goals that she has set for herself in terms of the book she wants to read for this year. So of course, she's keeping up with this through Goodreads, and this is just an example of the types of people that you will meet through Goodreads and some of the innovative things that they're doing and the conversations that they're going to have on the site as well. So that's it. I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation and that it has encouraged you and taught you about joining the Goodreads community. I wish you happy reading and good night.